Everyone all set?
Yes, sir.
Welcome everybody to the zoning board, April 8th, 2025. My name's Marty Akins, I'm the chairman, Mr. Vice Chairman, Mr. Chin. Board members, Mr. Himmel, Mr. Frankel, Mr. O'Brien, and Ms. Barry in behind me. The clerk here is Mrs. Griffin. Director of Inspectional Services, Mr. Conlon behind me. You got a cell phone, could you please put it on vibrate or silent? If anyone's gonna testify tonight, you gotta stand up and raise your right hand. If you think you might testify, take an oath. If you don't take an oath, you will not testify. Mr. Chin?
Yeah, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matters now in hearing?
I do.
Thank you.
You do? I do. You could wait a minute.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move to accept and waive the reading of the minutes for the regularly scheduled meeting of March 25, 2025.
Second.
On the motion, stand down, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Old business, CBA 2469, JCB T Architect LLC for variance to demolish the existing dwelling and construct a three-story, two-unit townhouse with a garage underneath on the premise number 41 Moore Street. The applicant representative here.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Jim Chan, architect. For the record, 606 Washington Street is our office. For our last hearing 2 weeks ago, the board member and the director of butters was concerned about the overall height of the building. So we went back to and we also got some recommendation from the board to eliminate the garage level and just propose a two-story living space. So we went back to the drawing board and came back with a new drawing. And we both have the understanding that this is in the Rest B zone, which is with a height of 35 feet and 3 stories maximum. But we're trying to work with the neighbor, try to fit in with the surrounding and propose a 2 stories. So with our new site plan, the overall footprint of the building remains the same. We eliminate the first floor ground level garage and propose a 3 tandem parking on the left side and the right side of the property. 10 feet driveway, two curb cuts. Both combination will be less than 24 feet. So we maintain a 3 feet setback with an abutting neighbor for the landscape. We have sufficient setback on the left side, right side, the rear, and the front. But portion of the proposed front deck is encroaching into the front yard setback. But we could easily, maybe eliminate that to comply. The only variance we were requesting now is the FAR. The maximum FAR here is 40%, which is at 2962, and our proposed is at 3724. So that's in excess of approximately 760 square feet. Next screen.
The phone, you got a telephone pole out front,
There's a pole up front, yes.
it's gonna be in the way for the curb cut?
Could you go back to this plot plan? The pole is actually right in the middle of
Pole's
the,
on the right side, right there. Oops.
yes, right in the middle here.
Yeah, right here.
So we're maintaining this curb cut and adding a new curb on this side. Right close to it. So it's
All
not
right,
obstructing.
all right. Just in my head, you did what we asked, you got 6 parking spaces. Any questions of the board?
No questions?
No question.
None.
I'm good.
Thanks. You can have a seat.
Thank you.
Now the project's changed, it's not a 3-story, it's a 2-story. Is there anyone want to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call closed. No new correspondence. Is there anyone opposed or undecided on the new drawings? First call, second call. I know a lot of you hated the height, so we dropped it a story to make it look like the neighborhood. Did we read this in the last time?
No, that's a new one.
Brand new letter, if you want to read that into the record from the council.
From Richard Ash, good afternoon. Clerk Griffin, Chairman Aikens, members of ZBA. I have scheduled to make tonight's meeting hearing, 41 Moore Street. As such, I'd appreciate if you could read this into the record. I hosted a community meeting as proposed October 22nd, half a dozen abutters attended. The main concern was the height, mass of the building, parking, and green space. The owners and team reworked the initial plan to provide more green space in front of the property with a number of residents appreciated. While I understand there is no variance needed for the height and appreciate the mansard style roof, many neighbors are concerned with the overall size, the mass of the building. Most homes in the vicinity, 1.5-story cape, 2-story multifamilies, around 2,000 square feet. That being said, the plan as revised would fit much better in the neighborhood, seems to reduce the overall mass, or at least the appearance of the same. I forwarded these plans to the 8 or so abutters that showed interest, participation, and one responded in favor of them. Thank you, Richard Ash, Quincy City Councilor, Ward 2.
Thank you. Last call, anyone want to?
Can we get a copy of that letter?
Sure.
The counselor,
Sure.
I'm a little disappointed he's not here.
No, that's why he wrote a letter, because he couldn't make it.
Yes, we
Don't
know.
let me, my next door neighbor,
Yeah.
I can knock on his door.
Yeah.
Are you 11?
Why don't you give the clerk your email, and she'll send you a copy of this.
I don't have email.
Oh.
So because I haven't received no
He
mail
never
from
received any of this.
the city.
You're not gonna get another notice for this hearing tonight.
Mario, you're 11 Silver?
I haven't received none.
Oh, you never received it?
No, this
No.
one Richie gave it to me because he's my neighbor.
Yeah,
But
Alright.
I haven't received for this meeting. If I didn't receive, I just saw it in the
all right,
email.
all right, wait a minute. Do we have a list here?
Oh, we have a list.
Why don't
And-
we
and
just take a quick look just for a second, see if these two are on it just for now for a second?
Mario was on it right here, sir.
Mario, you got yours?
11 Silver.
11 Silver?
Yes.
We mailed out a letter to you for the first hearing.
I sent this,
So we're talking about,
Yeah,
this
the big
evening?
set of plans.
like.
Correct, that's the only one you get. Once you come here, we tell you that the meeting's been continued, and it's posted everywhere, that meeting was continued, so we don't send out more letters.
I understand that's what the point I'm trying to make. I received it from the council. You received it from the council. You received nothing from the council.
Well,
And
that's the council, though. That has nothing to do with us, and we don't mail out when things are done again, right?
so what we
We'll be down in mail, we'll be doing this,
He will be
some
here
come
for me.
4 or 5 times, right?
I'm not letting him off. He will be here for me. He should have got it. My quality, he'll never got one. I talked to him yesterday.
sir, when a new set of plans is requested by the board, it's required to be in my possession 1 week prior. And
Yeah.
it's public information that all of you have access to, and you are welcome to access that information online. If you don't have a computer, I would be more than happy to send you whatever you need. I don't know if we had a breakdown in communication and you weren't aware of
I
that.
know it's not your fault.
I don't wanna hang
It
this
can't
on
be my
Counselor
clerk's
Ash
fault,
either.
I'll guarantee that.
It's not your fault. It's the council's fault. You're our representative.
I know, I get it, all right, so we got that figured out, we got some other cases to go on here.
Excuse me.
I think he did everything I asked, we asked, you asked, and everyone asked, so I'm voting in favor.
I'm in favor as well.
I am in favor also.
I'm in favor as well.
Likewise.
Have a motion, please.
Dear Mr. Chairman, ZBA 2469 JC BT Architect LLC for a variance to demolish the existing dwelling and construct a 3-story, 2-unit townhouse with garages underneath on the premises, 41 Moore Street, Quincy, Mass. I move to allow the application.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Further on to tonight's business.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So they accepted it. You rejected it.
Yes, all set.
Can I make a request?
You can, anything you want, sir.
Go ahead, Mario.
My question is because on the proposal that they have, I have problems on those things that
Go see that nice gentleman.
Oh, the trees.
yeah.
JBC Architect, before you go. Can I see it for a minute? Yeah, right,
And also, I see that they're gonna put fencing everywhere, but
right, they're putting new fences. He's got a brand new fence that goes along, and then these trees, he can't, you wanna bring this straight through,
that's
all the way down?
the way we put that in my
I think the owner was gonna continue this down to.
That's him. This is his fence.
This is my house, but this is your property.
Yeah.
This is your property behind it.
This is your property, this is my house.
Right, but the trees,
They are on my side.
right,
That's the reason they stamp my fence.
so the fence, so they bent it back, or the trees bent it?
The tree bent.
The tree bent.
All the roots are.
Yeah.
My property.
So what do you wanna do, take the fence down and redo it?
Yes.
Or you want the trees out of the way? Yeah, those are junk, those are junk trees, get rid of them. Those are little trees, they can go. Thanks. Thanks. All set? You're welcome. Further on to tonight's agenda. PA 25-2, Philip Baker for finding a variance to demolish the existing sunroom, front door patio, build a wraparound porch. Excuse me, we're having a meeting here, you have to take that outside. That's okay. To demolish the existing sunroom, door portico, and build a wraparound porch with a second floor on Value Street. Side of the dwelling on the premises number 99 Stedman Street. The applicant representative here.
Yes, Philip Baker,
Name and address for the record?
1020 Plain Street, Marshfield.
Yep, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Philip Baker of Rock Design. I'm here on behalf of Jeffrey and Melanie Martinos. It's a pre-existing non-conforming single-family house. There is a pre-existing, I'm gonna call it the blue side, existing sunroom that is heated right now, that they essentially want to tear down. It's kind of falling off the foundation. It's on sonotubes right now, so they want
Yeah,
to pull it
sure.
off. And then they also want to wrap it around to the Stedman Street side. On the Stedman Street side, there is an existing, you can see right here, existing covered entryway, which is about 4 by 7 currently. So they want to demolish that as well. And then they said wrap around to the both sides. So here's the proposed plan. So it's roughly 7 feet off the house on both sides, and it's a wraparound porch. It's all open on the first floor, and then only on the blue side of the street has a second-story addition to make the second-floor bedrooms larger. I can pull up on my architectural plans as well. So right there, this is the existing front on the Stedman Street side, so there is a covered porch roof currently. And then this is the blue side here, which has that left-hand one-story bump off currently. That's a 6 by 24 currently, so we're looking to demolish both of those areas and then connect them via a open covered porch on both sides. So this would be the new proposed Stedman Street side. So I said the whole first story is all open, just porch. And then the only second-story addition is on the Bellew Street side, which is up here on the upper left-hand corner of the drawings here.
All right.
And it's really just to increase bedroom space. I'll show you on the second floor. So that's the existing sunroom right now. It's about 6 by 24 currently. So you want to make it a little more usable. Right now it's very tight. It's only 5'8" on the inside with a 4-inch wall. So they want to have a full, 6'6" on the inside to make it a more usable porch. So demolish that existing sunroom. And that's all open porch. And then on the second floor, all the bedrooms are very tight. There's 3 of them, one's very small. So trying to make both of those bedrooms nicer, add a walk-in closet and make sure it's more of a suite for the second floor for their end game. And so
What
this,
does that piece of granite say, 1925 or something, on the foundation?
on the proposed,
On the blue side, it says like 1925. It's really cool. Thought it was pretty cool. Piece of granite they got engraved on the bottom, don't they?
I think they do actually. I don't see it on the plan though, but there is something out there.
All that's gonna stay, correct?
That's correct, yeah. Nothing is gonna encroach the streetscape. It's getting closer. Right now we're at 12.5 feet. They wanna get down to 6 on one corner and then 5.3 on the other, but it is an open porch. And they're trying to catch it first for styles. Right now, it's just a porch on one side. They wanna make sure it wraps and makes it look nicer, essentially. If we just build the blue side, it looks kinda like a nose on the end. So they're trying to wrap it to make it look nicer.
Now, there's just a little walkway between the two houses with the fences connected to the house, correct?
That's correct, yeah, right. And right now, there's already they have a covered porch out back, and it's all
Yeah.
brand-new bluestone patio, so they don't really wanna go in the rear, they just wanna maximize their upstairs, to make it all work for them.
Close to the house, but, any questions? I don't have any questions right now.
I just have a quick question, probably maybe a typo. One of your documents refers to the Pham residence. We're not talking about the Pham residence, right? We're talking
No,
about
that's correct, that must have been an old file, yeah, apologies.
the leftover.
That's leftover, yeah,
All right.
correct, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I have no other questions.
No questions.
Appreciate it.
No questions.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You can have a seat. Does
Okay.
anyone wanna speak in favor? First call? Second call? Third call? Huh? All right. Just name and address, the person's in favor. We have an email, someone emailed, they were in favor of the project.
From Michael Rourke, dated 3/21/2025, Kathleen Griffin. Hello. Please pass this email on to ZBA for the 4/8/25 public hearing in the above project. My name is Mike Rourke, and I'm owner of number 100 Stedman Street. My property is located directly across the street from 99th Street. I've reviewed the proposed plan for this project and do not have any objections or concerns. I'm in favor of granting the necessary variance. Thank you, Mike Rourke, 100 Stedman Street, Quincy, Mass.
Thanks. Does anyone else want to speak in favor? Call that part of the hearing closed. The DPW, you can just read that into the record. Till we get the plan.
ZBA 25-299 Stedman Street, the zoning board of appeals has received communication from the city of Quincy DPW Engineering Department dated 3/17/2025 and will be incorporated into the record of this decision dated April 8th, 2025.
Call that part of the hearing closed. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? Opposed or undecided? First call? Second call? Third call? Looks like you're all here for the last project, I guess, huh? Good, all right. Call that part of the hearing closed. It's a little short on one side and close, but just a little walkway between the houses, I would say. I would go vote in favor. It'll look nice and stuff.
Yeah, it's look good. I'm in
Yeah, I
favor.
think it'll look great. I'll be in favor as well.
I think it's a great improvement to the existing house.
I can agree. I wanna send a plan to Mike Cabeas with the open porch.
Hope you're listening, Mike. That is funny. That was his thing, you're right. Don't ruin a good house with a closed-in porch. Have a motion, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, ZBA 52, I'm restricted, ZBA 25 to Philip Baker for a finding and variance to demolish the existing sunroom and front door portico and build a wraparound porch with a second floor on the blue side street of the dwelling on the premises number 99 Stedman Street, Quincy, Mass. I move to allow the petition.
Second.
No. On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. No, 41, right here. For this one, yeah. 99 Stedman Street.
She's in.
Franklin.
Oh, sure.
He hated it.
It's supposed to be.
Every one of them. Different.
I didn't know we felt, but I just thought it was
Thank you so much.
welcome.
And then they just turn into storage beds.
Jeffrey, you want to say that?
Tonight, ZBA 2512, Patrick Foley for a variance to subdivide the parcel and build it into a single-family dwelling in a vacant lot, 55 Bayview Ave. Counselor, you're up.
Switching horses here.
C Street, 656. Charles.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Patrick Foley, business address 265 Willard Street. I'm the attorney for the project here tonight. The property we're here to discuss tonight is 55 Bayview Avenue. This 10,447 square foot lot is located in the residential A zoning district. Currently on this lot right now is a two-story, single-family home. This lot happens to be one of the biggest lots in the entire neighborhood. What the applicant is proposing to do here tonight is they are looking to re-divide the lot. And when I say re-divide, what I mean by that is at one point, a long time ago, this was 3 separate parcels on this one lot. And when you look at the makeup of the neighborhood, it really makes sense of why it was like this at one point. On a 10,000, close to 10,500 square foot lot, you'd have roughly 3 3,500 square foot lots. And when you look at the makeup of the neighborhood, most of these lots are all between 3,000 and about 4,500 square feet. So what the applicant wants to do is divide it into 2 separate lots. The existing 2-story home will be on a 4,493 square foot lot, which he's done a good job of actually cleaning up the property over the last year or so. The new proposed home will go on the brand new 5,954 square foot lot. Even when dividing these lots into 2, the new proposed lot will actually be one of the bigger lots in the entire neighborhood. And the existing lot, after the division, will actually, be above the average in the neighborhood as well. This proposal will provide a much needed single-family housing to a market that actually lacks single-family inventory right now. There's a lot of demand for these type of houses. The new proposal, as you can see on the plan, like I mentioned, 5,954 square foot lot. This will be a traditional 2.5-story home. The first story, you'll have, a traditional kitchen, bathroom, dining room, living room. Second floor, you'll have 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, and then an attic up top as well. There'll also be a driveway for 2 cars of parking. So that's the makeup of the building. That's what we're looking to do. So see if you have any questions.
No, sir, counsel?
Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, let me tell you, plans stink. These are like I almost threw them in the rubbish, but I had to look at them with 2 pairs of glasses. Really not fair to have, they're just way too small. Do us a favor, make them like 11 by 17 if you're gonna put it all on there, please.
Okay.
You know, 40 years ago, more than that, 50-something years ago, 60 years ago, I wanted to get that lot. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous lot. It just sat there for years and years and years, and I just couldn't believe someone didn't build there. It's just a beautiful lot, Connell lot like that. And I'm glad now, because truthfully, it always looked out of place. When you drive down the street there, it's like, there's something missing here. It's like empty. But you'll never get an accident in that corner, I'll tell you that. There was nothing there, nothing in your way. But we got to know that, and it was like the empty lot down the neck. That was a big empty lot in the neck. But I'm glad you put a little, I like a couple of those windows are nice, the little windows down there, make it look like a neck house. I really like it. I think you did a good job with the plans. I don't have any problems at all.
I have no questions here.
I assume it's on a slab?
Slab. Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Is there a landscape plan?
No, we will get one when we put our final plan.
I'd like to see a landscape plan improving both sites, because the existing house could use some improvement,
Yes.
and I'd like to see this look a lot better. Any reason why you didn't put a garage in?
What's that?
You didn't propose a garage on the site?
That's something that he might consider.
I'd like to see something.
Okay.
Because this is built to be a 3-bed family house. Where did the bikes, the pool, and all the other crap?
Yeah.
If it ends up being thrown in the yard, it's gonna look like heck.
No, that's a good point.
So I'd like to see landscaping and a garage.
Yes. No problem.
You want a garage on the property?
I think we want a garage on the property. Where's all the crap gonna go that people have?
Why people have sheds down the neck, but some people don't like garages, I don't know, but anyway.
And/or a significant shed.
Place to put his stuff, I get
Something for
that.
storage.
That looks like a garage.
Or a shed. I know some people don't like them, so it just takes up too much.
But you don't have a basement, because it's floodplain,
No, I
and you have
know that.
nowhere to store anything.
Right.
Thank you for the information. Anyway,
Nothing
do you
further.
have any problem? No. On the, you're not putting a garage in right now, correct?
Correct.
Correct. We're gonna vote on this the way it is. But if we could have, Mr. Conlon okay the plan for the, landscape, if you wouldn't mind, Ms. Barry, so they don't have to come back?
Sure.
All right,
Mr. Chair, I just want to, for the record, there is a basement here.
I know.
Okay.
And I know there's gonna be, it's a beautiful lot, it's a gorgeous lot, I saw the way you drew it up, it's nice. And that's why I said maybe you don't want one, but that's all right.
Did you just ask who's gonna be on the slab?
But Mr. Conley, you'll take care of that? All right, and he'll make sure that you get a nice landscape lot down there when you're done. You can have a seat, thank you, Council.
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone want to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call, closed. I'm not gonna close that yet, only because I have 7 letters here in support. Just give them the names and addresses.
ZBA -25, 1255 Bayview Ave, letters of support, Patrick O'Connor, 94A Bayview Daniels, and Jennifer Hockey, 12 Medway Street, Quincy, John McNeil, 15 Raxford Street, John Galligan, 40 Crosby Street, Quincy, Joyce Galloway, 60 Bayview Ave, all letters of support.
Thank you.
This is for- oh,
That's from
Oh, David,
McCarthy in
okay.
favor.
yeah, okay. Hey, you wanna read the councilors in there, please? Mr. Himmel, that's from Ward 1 Council.
David McCarthy. Dear board members, I would also like to comment on 55 Bayview Ave. This parcel has great potential for a small home. The area is about 6,000 square feet, which fits the neighborhood. The lot itself has another dwelling on it that will be renovated, sprucing up the area with 2 new homes. That lot has been a dumping ground for years with backhoes, bobcats, other construction equipment that has blighted the corner with housing, especially single-family housing in desperate need. I believe this could work out very nicely. David McCarthy, Ward 1 Counselor, City of Quincy.
DPW? Oh, yeah, the letter, call that part of hearing closed. We have a letter here right in for the DPW.
April 8th, ZBA 25-15, 55 Bayview Ave. The Zoning Board of Appeals has received communication of City of Quincy Engineering Department dated March 17, 2025, and will be incorporated into the record of this decision.
Thank you. Anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call,
Hold on.
step up. Name and address for the record, step up to the mic, please.
Hi there, good
Hi.
evening. My name is Maura Doherty, and I'm 190 Rock Island Road down the neck. And my dad, who's in the back there, is 64 Bayview Avenue, also down the neck. And like Mr. Akins had noted earlier, we've actually been here before. So I'll make it brief. Nothing really important has changed with respect to this matter. There's a few tweaks. Mr. Farrell wants to go up 26 feet instead of 21 feet. He wants to go up to 2 full stories now instead of 1.5 stories. Now he wants off-street parking because the building he is contemplating on the lot won't support the extra parking. And there really isn't anything standard down the neck. It just doesn't work that way. We're very grateful that Mr. Farrell has cleaned up the yard because it's been an eyesore for many, many years. But it's a small side yard. It's not the vacant parcel that was described in the ZBA notice. And what's most important is what hasn't changed from the previous times that Mr. Farrell has been here. And what's so important is that there's still no hardship being demonstrated. There is nothing here that says we should allow for dividing the yard or adjusting the dimensions on both sides, front and back, because the yard is too small. Because the yard hasn't changed. That yard that Mrs. Lovell lived in, that was her house, that was part of the lot. That was her side yard. It's been that way for decades. And I understand improvement, but it's enough space for a swing set and a hammock, not for another house. The other thing that hasn't changed is the history of this matter. The ZBA denied this same exact situation in years past, and most recently shelved it. Now we're back here tonight. So you have the same owner-developer, you have the same address, you have the same yard, it's cleaned up, but it's the same yard, and you have the same lack of excuse. There's no hardship here. So all we're asking for is the same result. Please deny subdividing and any variances with respect to this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Hi, my name's Kathy Ann Shea Hines. I live at 54 Bayview Ave, and I'm against subdividing this lot. Currently, Sean owns not only 55 Bayview Ave, he owns 60 Bayview Ave. Both houses are an eyesore to look at, and he doesn't maintain the property. With that being said, Mayor Koch is also pushing greener, cleaner Quincy. The lot's an empty, beautiful lot right now. I don't think we need to build another house on that lot. Keep it clean and green. If we have 2 houses that are an eyesore, we're gonna have a 3rd house that's an eyesore? I'm against it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Call that part of the hearing closed. You know what? You get 13 feet in each side. 6,000 square feet down there, it fits perfect. I mean, I think it's gonna look really good. I'm gonna vote in favor of this, but there's one thing I wanna do here first. You got a 12-12 roof here. Why is that?
I don't know, the architect did it at the time, I can change
Like,
it, whatever.
that's bizarre. Like, it just brings it up another
Yeah, I can do
6
whatever-
feet,
it's
7,
whatever-
yeah,
Whatever you recommend.
so, you know,
Do an 8 page if you want.
8 or 7,
Okay.
you know? 7 or 8 pitch, you agree with that?
Yep.
Just try to keep it down, that brings that roof down. And I'm glad she spoke, because I had it marked in my thing, and when she talked about height, I went, height? Oh, roof is like this, it's like a, yeah, you don't need that, with that, that's for sure.
So you could go from 12-12 to 7-8?
To a 7 or an 8 pitch, yeah.
Okay.
Bring that peak way down, or bring it down. How far would that bring that down? From the 12 to the 7? 20, 24? What is it? Yeah, big enough. Can't read it. Seven pitch, all right. 7 pitch. Change that to a 7 pitch, please. I'll be voting in favor. Yes, part of the condition, 7 pitch roof.
7-pitch roof and landscaping plan.
Landscaping plan okay by the director, correct.
Okay.
Awesome.
For both properties?
You're right, both properties.
Yeah,
It's
'cause the
his
other one's got
property.
that
You're right.
eyesore. Yeah.
You're right, your property, Right. Good idea, Mr. Himmel. He said that maybe you can put some landscaping around, hide it, I don't know.
You're only reducing the pitch on one property, put one landscaping. on
Yeah,
two.
the other one's just gonna stay the way it is, that piece that's there, but a 7 pitch, bring that
For the
roof
new,
from this
the new
down.
construction, yeah. Landscaping plan for the total lot.
Yeah, for the total lot, that way, and that'll be approved by, Mr. Conlon, Director.
Just to clarify, Tony Foley, that was 3 lots originally?
Yeah,
So did you combine
a long
them?
time ago, it was 3 lots, and
Okay.
it became 1, so,
All right, thanks.
thank you.
I'll be in favor.
I'm in favor of the project with adequate landscaping, sufficient repairs on the adjoining house as well. I want it to look all consistent, and it needs a significant shed or garage, so all the stuff that people have is not all over the yard, under tarps, thrown under the porch, etc. So a significant amount of storage. So this is not going to look like another junkyard with a new house that's not maintained.
Mr. Franco?
Yeah, I'm in favor of the proposal. This particular size house and what I have to assume will be the price point is what everybody's looking for. I mean, it's just, nobody's building this size house. I mean, I hate to say that, my guesstimation as to what it will sell for is an entry-level, first-time home, but welcome to our world. It's what people want, and yeah, clean it up, make it so that, I understand what Barry's talking about with people strewing stuff. Not you, it's gonna be whoever owns it, but make it so that it can be attractive to the neighborhood and that everybody going forward for an owner and another owner enjoy having it there and not all this stuff. So I'm in favor of it.
Thank you, Mr. Franco.
You want a motion?
Yeah, you got Ms. Barry's in there too?
I do.
Okay, great.
Mr. Chairman, ZBA 2512, Patrick Foley for a variance to subdivide the parcel and build a single-family dwelling on the vacant lot on the premises numbered 55 Bayview Avenue,
Sorry.
Quincy. Make a motion to allow the petition with the following caveats. Number 1, provide a landscaping plan for the total of all of the lots to the building director, Robert Conlon, for approval. Number 2, reduce the height of the new construction, the peak of the roof, to a 7 pitch. Number 3, provide sufficient repairs on the existing house. And number 4, provide adequate storage for the new construction house.
Seconded,
Second.
on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So moved. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great night.
But it's, they're doing that because the first was. I'll send this down to,
Cover the window on this right side of the window. It's the nibby working. Oh, it's slow.
Yeah, well, it's timed off.
Okay.
Is
Here we go.
further on tonight's ZBA 2511 manual favor for variance and special permit to demolish the existing dwelling and rebuild in the same footprint, 3-story floodplain compliant dwelling with a 4-stall garage on the ground level in the premises number 656 C Street. The applicant or representative here. Name and address for record, please.
My name is Manuel Paiva, 20 Varsity Place, Bridgewater, Massachusetts. I represent the homeowner, and they are both present this evening. The property owner has resided or owned the property for 7 years. The home was constructed in the 1940s per city records. As you can see from the existing aerial, it's surrounded by streets on 3 sides. There's a better picture there. It's currently a 1-family home, and it's a rental property. This is the front view of the home. The road that comes up the side. And that back corner of the house is 0.2 feet from the property line, where that comes around for the fire hydrant. The existing property is completely located within the flood zone. This has 3 fronts and 1 side. The setbacks currently are 0.2 on the back. You can see the 190-foot addition that happened over the years. It's 11.5 off of C Street. And you can see there 13.4 off of Shoreside Road and 11.3 on the back. The lot size is pre-existing non-conforming also, with an area of 3,642 square feet. The proposal is to construct the house in the same footprint, matching all the existing setbacks, with exception of the Shoreside Road. That addition will be removed, obviously a new house, and that dotted line represents a balcony that'll be above. That area where it was building will be replaced with landscaping, and the front of the property by C Street will be a concrete sidewalk coming up and more landscaping. Again, we said it was in the flood zone. You can see on the site plan, there's 10 flood vents around the house. The house will be built flood-proof on stilts. There's 10 of them, 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and 2 on each side. This is the part that will come off. On the first floor, basement floor plan, it's a slab, 2 garages with a capacity of 4 cars. Comes into a foyer, 2 storage areas, and the stairway up to the first floor. On the first floor, there'll be 1 bedroom with its own private bath, kitchen. You can see the balcony facing the bay. A large family room, dining room, storage and utilities. Because we're in a flood zone, that's where all the utilities will be: hot water heater, electric meter, etc. And a laundry room along with the guest bath. On the second floor, that utility storage room will again, come up to the second floor. A total of 4 bedrooms, it'll be 3 on the top, with the same flanking balcony facing the water. On the elevations, we'll be compliant with the maximum building height. It's 33 feet. It'll be a combination of some stucco and vinyl siding. There's the front elevation, the right side facing the bay, and the rear elevation, and the left elevation. There's 2 houses very similar in architecture at 651 C Street and 13 Kilby Street, with garage first floor or basement level, and then 2 stories above it. The hardship here is relative to the shape of the lot, narrow rectangular shape, only 50 feet wide, and then its longest leg, 76 feet long. The buildable lot area, based on the 3 fronts and a side, would be that green rectangle. It's approximately 12 feet by 23 feet, which is a shed. So complying without zoning, that's what we could build on this lot. So again, like I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen of the board, lot is pre-existing non-conforming, where 7,650 square feet is required. This lot is only 3,642 square feet, undersized by 4,000 square feet, almost 2 times the size. It also is pre-existing non-conforming in width, where it's only 50 and 85 is required. The house will be in harmony with all neighbors relative to architecture and style. It will increase home values in the area, not adversely affect the neighborhood. And the owners plan on moving into the house, so they're not residents of this home right now, but the long-range plan after the rebuild will be moved into it.
Looks like an Airbnb to me, but I know they're not allowed there, correct? But first of all, that looks like a square box that has no character at all. Here you're building a beautiful brand-new lot right over the water there. There's not even an Art Deco window in that thing. That looks like the northeast. Who designed it? You or the people who own it?
That could be added, some
No, I'm just
architecture.
saying, there's nothing, to me, I don't like it at all. I think it's too big, number one. It's just, it's really, it's got a bedroom for every bath. I mean, every bedroom got its own full bath, and then, it's just in the downstairs, you got a full bath and a guest bedroom, and 4 cars in there. I don't even know how you're gonna turn in that street when there's any snow at all. I don't know how you're gonna get anywhere near there, but to turn in 4 cars. It's just, no offense, that's the ugliest building I've seen in a long time. It really is. It's like, you live by the water. Why don't you design something like that? Looking at the water side looks decent, but the side, it's like this wall with some squares in it. I couldn't even ask the neighbors to put something like that up, so. I'm gonna, I think you gotta go back to the drawing board. Me, I don't know how anyone else feels, but to look at a wall that big and flat and straight with no character, there's some beautiful homes in that area that have been redone. And some of them can't do stuff, but you know what? You put in some windows, you put in this, you put in that, a little overhang, you put some, on top of your windows, you put the trusses. There's so many things you could do to that place just to come up with this square box. Like, to me, it's just really, it's sad, really sad. That's sad. Imagine living like a square box. Like, I think there'd be room, I don't know, I don't even want to go there, but I can tell you a couple bars on that wouldn't look bad. Anyway, those are mine, but that design is bizarre.
Yeah,
You're up, Mr. Chin.
Mr. Pyro, can you
I said
come
it
back
now.
up?
Yeah.
Are you looking for 3 floors because of the flood zone issue?
Correct.
Yeah.
So we have to put a slab in the car on the first floor,
Yeah.
and, right, we can't have a basement.
Was your idea about limiting the number of windows on the street side to reduce noise or infiltration of that kind of thing?
Correct.
Could you bring that picture up one more time, just so we can
all right.
look at it here? Okay, thank you. I have
So
no-
on the far left, that blank area is the utility, 2 stories of the utilities right there.
It has to be the less driven street in Houses Neck Canal, sure.
Okay, thank you.
We permitted one almost directly behind it that had a lot of interesting,
Yeah, they put some
really,
characters in the window.
a lot of character to it. This is big, square, and ugly. I mean, I just don't like it.
Agreed, the design leaves a lot to be desired. Drilling into the specifics, your garage doors are only 16 feet wide. Realistically, you will not park 4 cars with that width garage. So
Well, it's 2 per side.
I understand, but 2 cars in a 16-foot wide door is incredibly tight. So I think in reality, people will not actually park 4 cars in these 2 garages. So once it's redesigned to something that's more appealing to the board, the garages should be 18 to 20 feet wide. So they're truly feasible that you could fit 4 cars in those garages. And I'm not buying the office. It's the same size as all the bedrooms. So to me, it's a 5th bedroom. If you want a 5th bedroom, call it a 5th bedroom. Don't call us an office the same size as a bedroom. So if it truly is an office, cut it in half. Make it an office size, not a bedroom size.
What is the livable square footage? I can't
Oh,
find
yeah.
it. I
Total
can't
square
find it
footage.
anywhere. It's not on the, doesn't appear to be on the plans.
It is, it's on the site plan.
Yeah, on the pages, yeah. Front page, right there.
1,300 square feet, 25 by 52.
Total living space.
So that
Total
would be
finished
2
living
floors.
space.
Yeah, 26.
So it's 2,600 square feet.
Plus some square footage on the ground floor.
Yeah, and on the ground floor, it's just some storage closets. That's all there is down there, and cars. So no livable on first floor.
Yeah, I'm pretty consistent with everybody else. Gotta have some style. It's a box, and it's really big box. So I would come up with something that's a little more appealing to the eyes. I mean, I understand California chic, but I don't think that's California chic.
There's a couple in the area, and I'll tell you, they're very well noticed. They're noticed, they're noticed. You know, not the ones on C Street that, they even got characters and those garages are single garages, they're not 2 each side, single garage. And the parking was 1 on the side, 1 in the garage, and 1 behind the garage. There's 3 on each side on those, because that's in a Residence B on that side of the street. But, yeah, I think before we get into the big hammerman, I don't think this is gonna go anywhere, this plan, to have all these people speak. If they wanna speak, I'll let them, but would you rather see a new design and speak on the new design here, if you're opposed, or would you rather speak tonight and then you don't have to ever come back? Maybe you don't want a house there, I don't know, you don't want it. Anyone? Like to see new plan? You live in Marshfield, right? You say Marshfield?
Bridgewater.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I want to see you. My name's William Chu, I'm next door, 660
Yep.
C Street, yeah. The plan looks like this, you put a lot of people to live there.
Oh, you can, yeah.
Yeah. So
2,600 plus square feet.
right now, I'm just me and my wife
Yeah.
live there, so it seems like.
Well, they got 5 or 6 bedrooms in this thing, 4 or
Yeah.
5, I don't know, 4 or 5, I don't know.
Is that gonna be very busy corner, like, you know?
Well, it's not the busy corner, it won't be busy there. Once it's built, you'll be either in or out, right? This is,
Well,
I mean,
hope it won't be like you said, a Airbnb.
they
type
can't
of,
do that.
You know,
It's against the law in Residence A.
yeah.
That's good, you live there now, but the next person,
Rooms.
where do you live right now, ma'am? Linfield, okay. Oh, nice, that'll be a nice close ride. But you're building something that's got some some class to it.
Character.
You're gonna be living there. You don't wanna look like come into a box every night. You know?
Can I ask how many total, living square feet?
2,600,
2,600, or all 3 floors?
2 floors,
2 floors, okay.
bottom's garage.
Ground floor is the garage, is that it? And then second and third floor?
Yeah,
Okay, so the living space is,
second and third floor.
second and third, so
Yeah.
that's
2,600,
2,600.
13 something each.
It's pretty big, yeah.
It is. It is big. But there's no character to it, there's no lines, there's a box.
Right.
Like, put some lines in there, make this front and side come out, put an extra roof on, do something, I don't know what, but do something. That's like, I don't know what to tell you, but I hope you come back with something good. So we're just gonna move this meeting along for a month or whatever, maybe 6 weeks, how long is it gonna take you?
A month. Don't need more than a month.
Well, we need the plans a week ahead of time, so that only gives you 3 weeks. You're gonna have to come up with a decent, what we're looking for, you know what we're looking for,
Yeah,
right?
so go 2 to make sure.
2 months,
Yes,
All right.
please.
May 13th, Russell.
May 13th.
No, we're gonna go, the last meeting in May, that'll give
Oh,
us
the
6
last meeting
weeks.
in May, so it's May 27th.
May 27th, is that better? That way you can
Yes.
maybe get it built before the weather comes later in the year? Gonna be a different proposal altogether, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can we have a motion, please, to continue this to May 27th?
It's, ZBA 2511 and Men 12 Piva for a variance and special permit to demolish the existing dwelling and rebuild the same footprint. A 3-story flood compliant dwelling with a 4-stall garage at the ground level on the premises numbered 656 C Street, Quincy, Mass. I move to continue the matter to May 27th.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Motion adjourned, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
6 to 7 PM.
Now,